Southern California's active rock band, yes, that is our Artist Spotlight of the Week, Star Off Machine, has been honored and awarded the Best Hard Rock Band and the Rock Group of the Year, their prestigious Orange County Music Award. And they are joining me, and they being Robert Charlet and Greg Tuthill from Huntington Beach, California. Welcome, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, man, it's great. All right, can just introduce yourself so people can understand or know who they're talking to, or listening to, I should say.
I'm Greg Tuthill, drummer.
And I'm Robin Charlet, play guitars, do a little bit of singing.
Yeah, and both of you guys got deep voices, so it's going to be... So, all right, I know when I got into this and doing some research, I noticed that you guys have like a kind of a synergy, if you will, you know. But I have to ask this question, and I know it's been asked before. How did you guys come up with the name?
It's a funny story. It's actually based off of a Dr. Seuss story called The Sneetches, which deals with a lot of different themes that we thought.
Did you say Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, Dr. Seuss book.
Oh, cool. All right. Bring it on.
And basically, the long story short, you know, you have the starred belly Sneetches, and then those are, I guess, viewed as the cool Sneetches or whatever you want to call it. So they invented a star off machine to pull those off, and it just really deals with conformity, you know, some prejudice, social acceptance, things like that. And, you know, those are kind of the themes in the story. But if you haven't read it, go check it out. It's really good. I think it embodies, you know, it was a cool name for the band type of music that we do. So that's why we chose that name.
Well, I tell you what, I do know that now that you explained that to me, because I've read that probably years ago, to be honest with you. So, wow, how cool is that? So, my gosh, first and foremost, thank you. We have been spotlighting it, yes, and you guys are only the second group in the last 4 years, or the 4 years we've been on, that's been spotlighted 2 weeks in a row. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
You are that cool.
Yeah, that is.
You know, and I do, and I will tell the world and you, I do apologize. We had to have this interview scheduled last Thursday, but due to technical difficulties, and we are internet radio, couldn't do that, and I do apologize up front for that.
Oh, no problem. That happens.
Sadly, it does, but anyway. Okay. I want you, I don't care, Robin, or do you go by Tut or Greg?
I go by Tut, but...
All right, Tut. All right, all right, Tut. Either one of you guys, tell me what it's like to be in a up-and-coming, and you are up-and-coming, matter of fact, I think you're there, in my opinion, band that's rocking the world right now, because you are talking to the world. How does that feel to you? And I want your just sincere take on it.
Oh, we love it. You know, this is what it's all about. The whole reason that we decided to be musicians and be in this band was getting our word out there and hopefully making an impact on our listeners. And, you know, hopefully our music does send a positive message out there. And we're thrilled to death for everyone to be listening to it nationally and globally. And, yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about, is getting the word out there and being heard. Absolutely.
Well, you're definitely being heard. There's no doubt about that. 176 countries in all 7 continents. Yeah, I think we get around a little bit with you. So,
Yeah.
all right, tell me, I know you're the drummer. How did you come about being part of Star Off Machine?
Well, it's been a long road, and there's been a lot of different members, and we're from back in the Midwest, so.
Well, welcome. So that's where I am right now. So.
Oh, excellent! Yeah, kind of miss it back there. Not so much the winters, but we've been playing for quite a while, and we had some different members along the way, but Robin and I have been pretty much the staple who've started it, way back, and it's just always been fun. And we've met a whole ton of people all over the place, and a lot of the guys that have been in and out of the various groups we've been in. This by far, this lineup is the best that I've been involved with in all the different bands that I've been in throughout my playing days. So, but they're great guys to be with. It's a lot of fun, and I just hope that it translates, over to the listeners, whether they're at a show or on the radio or whatever.
Oh, well, it definitely does. And by the way, go ahead and let the world know about Eric and Aaron, who are not with us right now. So your fellow bandmates.
Yeah, Eric Holloway is the singer. He couldn't make it today, and also Aaron Wilder, who's actually the newest member of Star Off Machine, plays bass, and he was unavailable today as well. But yeah, they're both great guys. Like Tut had mentioned, Tut and I have been playing together for many, many years before Star Off Machine took place. And, once we acquired Eric in as the front man and singer, it really took on a life of its own and really started turning into what you're hearing today. Aaron was the obvious choice for us when we were bringing in the bassist that could really hold down that backbeat and really bring that low end in. And we've got a great synergy now. We've got a great team, and we're able to produce some great music. And couldn't be happier with the lineup right now and the direction we're headed in. And the reception's been real good with the not only the first single that you just played, which is "Wake Me Up," which is the title track.
Phenomenal song.
Yeah, that one. And then the second single that we just released a few weeks back. And, we've been getting some great reception from that. We're anticipating the release of the full-length record here at the end of September. So things are moving forward and sounding really good, and the reception's been fantastic.
Now, a couple things. First, when your full CD is released, make sure, if you will, we get a copy of that so we can play it to the world, because I know they're going to love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll make sure that gets right off to you.
I do appreciate that. Secondly, though, I'm going to ask a question because actually myself, besides doing the rock, I'm an old rocker, but I also do a country show. But the point I'm bringing that up is this last Sunday, Vicki Lynn and I were doing the country show together, and we started talking about artists who supposedly come out of nowhere and they're famous. But I said I didn't believe that, nor do I know that to be a fact. You guys have been together a long time, and now it's all gelling. Talk about that a little bit.
It takes some time, you have to learn the personalities, and it definitely takes a couple of records to learn everybody's writing style and to kind of get into your own energy and to get into your own writing skills and what works for everybody. Tut and I will sit down and we will start writing some wicked riffs on guitars and some blast beat on drums. When we bring that over to Eric, and he's a much more melodic singer, he will take that and intertwine his melodies, and he'll change the song up quite a bit. And that's something you have to be prepared for when you are writing music. You have to know the different personalities and how other people think and write, so you can kind of gel together and move forward. I don't really believe that anything happens overnight. I mean, people do win the lottery. That's a fact.
Yes, you're right.
Things do happen out there. Anything could possibly happen, but for the most part, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hours. It takes a lot of gelling, a lot of getting to know everybody, and just it really does take a lot of work and a lot of time to get to the point where you're putting out some really decent music and making it happen.
Now, I know that you guys, you told me the story a little bit about how the band all got together, and here again, this has been asked before because it's right in front of me. What influences you? Do you listen to specific music or specific artists or bands or whatever you want to say and say, man, I dig that or that? And you were talking about your guitar riff or, your drums. Do you have anybody, and maybe both of you guys have individuals that you listen to separately? What brings you together or what influences you musically?
Well, I think, everybody, like you just kind of touched on it, everybody has their own set of influences that they like and listen to personally. And I think that's kind of what gives us the sound that we do have is all our influences, from Eric's, from Jeff Beck, and all the different other people that he likes, into what, Robin's favorite artists that he listens to mine, to Aaron's. They're all very different, but when you get them all together in the way they come out in our personalities musically, I think that's, like Robin touched on a little bit earlier, it's kind of a ping pong game. The songs get passed around and everybody has kind of their input into it, but it really kind of gives us that unique sound that is Star Off Machine. But it is quite a process.
And I know it is, and I think, Robin, you were just talking about it, you guys lay down the lyrics, or do you lay down the music and that, and then you write the stuff, and you throw it in, and then all of a sudden it gets changed up.
Oh, yeah.
How does that make you? And the reason that I say this is I've been and I know it's not a very popular thing, I've been a poet since I was a young kid, and I love, and actually that's turned into a lot of music, but no one ever hear that. That's another story. but nonetheless, when somebody would critique that, sometimes I would, quote unquote, puff up a little bit. Oh, wait a minute, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? I mean, because I know it's human nature, right?
Yeah, that comes down to your own patience level. I mean, first of all, none of us have any real big egos, so
that's great.
We're going to listen to what everybody says with respect, and we're going to try everything that we possibly can for the combined effort of making the best sounding product that there is that everyone is happy with. Now, having said that, there has been times where we've been playing and it's one of those late rehearsals and you're writing and, might be a little bit of vodka drinking or some Jägermeister. And
yes, I get it, I do.
Or there might be a little bit, there's a few heated moments where somebody's really fighting for their part because that's what they love. And you know what? It doesn't really mean anything when it's all said and done and the song's finished and everyone's happy with it. It's the best way to approach it is just try everything that you can and then collectively say, hey, you know what, this sounds best and we're going to go with this. There's no ego behind this. We're all doing this with the same goal in mind to move forward and progress that way as a band.
Well, I appreciate the honesty there because a lot of people say, no. Because it is. We're all human, and we all have ideas, right? And sometimes we think, if you listen to me or shut up for a minute, that kind of thing, right? It'd be all good. So I do appreciate you doing that and tell me the honest truth and the world, by the way. So
that happens quite a bit. So.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it's very constructive. I really do because. Once, like you guys were touching on, once you get to the point where, all right, stop this egotistic kind of thing and say, this is for the greater good of the band. I think that's when great things happen. And I can hear that. I can hear that in your music, to be honest.
It is. It is a team effort, and something you have to keep in mind is think of all the great music that could have been written by a lot of these bands where individuals have too much of an ego to stick through it and stick together and work together to make that great music, and bands just split up, and they could have written the next big hit if they would have put their ego aside for 1 minute. And we all realize that is how it is we together as a team can make great music individually. Who knows? And the idea is we have the energy now, we have this energy, so moving forward as a team and listening to each other and having that respect is what works.
You know what? And once again, I think that is what it takes. It takes, an effort where you just say, like I said earlier, and I won't keep pounding on this, but when you look at the teamwork, I think you said, when you look at it that way, and you look at it, we're all doing this for concerted effort, for the right reasons, good things happen. And I've always said that, and I always will say that. You do the right things for the right reason, good things happen. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
there's definitely a mutual understanding amongst the four of us, especially when it comes, and when we're writing mode like that, we're not trying to step on each other's toes and make each other feel bad. There's a respect and a mutual understanding there, and we just try to, like Robin said, we try everything that comes out, and whatever works best, we just we hammer it out, and we go with, end up with usually pretty decent songs that we're all happy with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's never anything personal. The criticism needs to be there, or else we're not going to, push each other to be better.
No, that's sweet. Now, I'm going to ask you a question that I often ask many of the artists that I interview, especially when you become, for lack of a better word, bigger and more known throughout the establishment. You start playing more often, right? So you're doing more venues and whatever the case. With that being said, I know there comes a time where, in my world, I call it a brick wall. I hit a brick wall. And I still know I have to do what I got to do, but I hit a brick wall. How do you guys, and I don't care how, either one or both, you could answer this, how do you deal with it when you come like, oh my gosh, I'm wore out, we've been playing for the last 7 weeks, 5 days a week, my voice hurts, my butt hurts, my hands hurt, in your case, Tut, from playing the drums, right? Yeah. How do you deal with those situations?
Duct tape, gloves.
Actually, I know what you meant. That's why I laughed.
Yeah, it's just something. Well, first thing I think is, if you're doing something you love, it's not work. And for us, it's really not that way. And whether it's physically taxing and mentally taxing on us, overall, there's a love for what we do, and playing is number one. And we all love to do it. So I think, that really doesn't really cross my mind. It sure can be tough at times, but it really is worth it in the big picture, at least for me.
Yeah, everyone has their day where they think, boy, this last show we played sure wasn't a whole lot of fun for me, and maybe I should start thinking about something else. Those thoughts cross everybody's mind. Usually they fade after that night's over and they wake up the next day. But for anything that if you really start getting burned out and playing a lot, the thing is that the way it's set up now is, if you're tired of playing these live shows, then get into the studio and start writing new music. If you're tired of writing new music, then get out and start playing some more shows. Are you getting burned out on both? Then start thinking outside the box. Maybe, get into the imagery aspect of the band, and maybe think about shooting some new music videos or doing something else. Because overall, it's the love of the music. It's the love of the industry. It's really everything about it, and there's so many different avenues to take to keep you busy. You can change it up any which way possible. The idea is to not be a one-trick pony, because then, you're going to get burned out.
Absolutely. Now, you just touched a little bit on videos, and I've watched some of your videos. Actually, we have one of them embedded on our website. Tell me that whole process. How does that work with you guys?
Shooting video is something that we love to do, and we started off, I believe the first video that we did with Star Off Machine was for Side of Me, and that whole process was absolutely fantastic. Loved every part of it. It was Pandemonia Productions put that together for us. We got to work with those guys. It took about 3 days to shoot that. Really got put together fairly quickly, and when we loved the whole process, we thought, well, there's really definitely something to this. We should probably do more of these videos, and so that's kind of the way the music industry's going. At YouTube actually ranks on the billboards now. So a lot of people listen to all their music on YouTube, so it makes sense to have a music video there rather than just maybe a floating picture of music streaming over it. So we've been fortunate enough to team up with some really talented individuals out there, one of which is Darren Smith out of Illinois. and he's a brilliant cinematographer that's been able to put some fantastic things together for us. He's the one behind the music video "Wake Me Up" and all the gnarly imagery that's in there. He was able to put that together and express that message the way we wanted to see it. It's about meeting the right people that have the talent and the desire to put your vision down into video and move forward. But we actually have another video, again working with Darren, and that one will be released here momentarily. It's actually going to be featured on Bliss Magazine Online. They are featuring that video here probably in the next week or so, and we're expecting that video to be a pretty big boost for us for the most recent single, Left Behind. And and we have plans for future videos as well. So video is definitely necessity. You got to stay on top of videos one way or the other. And the idea for us is to always be trying to think outside the box with fresh content for video, and hopefully some different tricks that won't burn out the audience too much.
Yeah, but see, videos definitely, with me, I mean, it's been broached many times on our end. Do a live stream. Doing a live stream and people seeing what I'm doing and hearing what I'm doing, that's two different animals, really. It is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you went off and just did your very first video, and you said it took 3 days and that was a short time, and I get that, right? But usually when you guys go sing that song, it's a 4-minute song and you move on, right? So now you got to break this down to 3 days.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that is, I know you said it was quick, but it really isn't quick either,
and that was a 3-day shoot, I should probably specify. That was 3 days of filming. So, we ended up with probably about 36 hours of footage that all gets cut down to 4 minutes. So you could really cut essentially probably 100 different music videos out of one shoot. It's just about picking that best footage and getting it out there. Editing is the part that really can take a lot of time, and really got to have a lot of talent behind that to kind of put things together correctly. So a 3-day shoot for us we felt was pretty painless, and
long days, but
long
days. No, I love it. Yeah. Okay, real quick before I have to step out of here, Robin, this is towards you. I understand that you're going to be spotlighted in Rock Wire magazine, right? Coming up in October?
That's correct, yeah. I caught wind of that, and I thought that was pretty flattering.
Top 25 guitarist. You gotta hear, I think is the title.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I can't wait to read the article and see what they say about me. And I love it. I felt very honored for them to have chosen me as one of the 25, and that's it was fantastic news when I saw that.
That's all I've been talking about.
Yeah,
I bet it is. That is exciting.
You walk into the rehearsal spot and say, "Make way for the king, one of the world's best here. Watch out, everybody. Coming
top
in,
25, top 25. Keep that in mind."
And to make the door jam bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Real quick, how can people, besides going out to our website, how can they go out and buy your stuff?
This is the fun part of this. The way the world works anymore is everything's right at everybody's fingertips. If you go to Stoffma.com or StarOffMachine.com, a lot of our fans just know us as Stoffma. That's STOFMA.com or StarOffMachine.com. That's our band website. You can listen to all the music there. You can also purchase all the music there and watch all the music videos, catch up on the news, see where we're playing. Same with Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's twitter.com/Stoffma, STOFMA. Facebook, Star Off Machine. That's facebook.com/Star Off Machine, and like us on there. Follow along, and we're always posting new pictures and video and trying to keep everybody in the loop of what's happening. And very most importantly, which I would recommend. If you just download our app for either your Android or your iPhone, you will have instant access to push notifications that we send out periodically, as well as access to all of our music that you can stream right there off the app. All of our music videos you can stream off the app. see all the pictures, our show dates. You can interact with us, and it's a free app. So you can download that. It'll be right there at your fingertips. You can get that right off our website. If you just go to staroffmachine.com, there's a Get the Free App Now button. You can just click on that, and it'll take you right in.
There you go, guys. You just heard it. And if you didn't have a chance to write that down, if you go out to our website, www.avradio.org, click on the photograph of the band Star Off Machine, and it will take you to their website. Now, do you ever do any stuff over here in the Midwest? Because that's where I am, in north central Indiana.
Well, the plan is, once we get the record released here next month, is we're trying to put together a tour to where we will be coming through there and playing some shows. So
sweet.
It's in the planning stages right now. So definitely stay tuned. We should have a lot of updates regarding that. But that's what we definitely need to do, and can't wait to get out there and start playing the record.
Absolutely.
Robin Charlet, Greg Tuthill, a.k.a. Tut, with Star Off Machine. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.